Lots of big moves. Lots of moves. Um, Lots of moves that can alter the championship conversation next year and beyond. Paul George to Philadelphia, 4 years, $212 million. He's no longer a Clipper. He's a Sixer. That's a big move for the Sixers. I believe that puts them, in my opinion, number 2 in the Eastern Conference on paper. The big question is, will they be healthy? And will they be healthy in time in the postseason to where it matters? Okay, that's a big question. Also, Philadelphia, in addition to signing Paul George, also re-upped, extended Tyrese Maxey, their budding star, 5 years, $204 million. Excellent move. Maxey had a phenomenal year last season. Held the fort down when Embiid was out. So they got the big three now. They got the Paul George, Embiid, Maxey, big three now. Question is going to be, where do they stand at Boston? Can it be Boston? I still take Boston right now because their core's together. We'll get that in a second. Also, another big move the Sixers did also that to solidify their team. Kelly Oubre Jr., 2 years, $16.5 million. Another swingman to spell Paul George. Huge move for the Sixers there. Huge move there. The other big move yesterday that happened that can alter the top competition is actually a move by a team that was in the finals this past year. Dallas Mavericks signed Klay Thompson, 3 years, $50 million. I think this is huge. Look, Klay is not the same guy as he was even 2 years ago. He had one of his worst years of his career. He shot under 40% from three for the first time, I think, ever. I'm not mistaken. But he shot about 39%, 20%. If he can get back to hitting open shots, open threes, I think him along with Luka and Kyrie, they can be a problem. We hear a lot of things about Klay Thompson, how that marriage with Golden State ended. Golden State did offer him a 2-year, $40 million deal during the season or start of the season, whatever it may be. Obviously, Klay taking 3 and 50. It's in range, but obviously Klay was not happy with that, probably felt insulted. And I'm really concerned about the Warriors now, what they do. Because down 2 years since winning the title, they look like they're shedding salary now. Obviously got rid of Jordan Poole. They paid him, then they got rid of him because he had a horrible year right after. They re-signed Draymond Green last year, $100 million deal. Andrew Wiggins got that big deal after the finals. So Klay feels some type of way, I'm sure. I don't blame him for that. But I think that deal with Dallas is a great value for Dallas. Because I thought Klay still would have gotten $20 million plus, at least, on a short-term deal. So the fact that the Mavericks got him at a $16 million-ish number, under $20 million a year, annually, that's huge. That's huge for the Mavericks. So let's watch how that goes. Then, of course, the Boston Celtics, the NBA champions, they take care of business. First off, they go ahead and extend Jason Tatum to the biggest NBA contract in league history. 5 years, $350 million. We knew that was coming. Not surprised there. But the one that really stood out to me for the Celtics was them retaining Derek White, their swingman, to 4 years, $129.5 million. Derek White, if the Celtics have a big five, he's the fifth guy. Obviously, you have Tatum, Brown, and then you have KP, Jrue Holiday, KP being Kristaps Porzingis, Jrue Holiday, and then Derek White. Derek White, at one point this year, was getting all-star chatter. That's how good he is. One of the best swingmen in the NBA. I'm of the opinion that Derek White would have gotten, an offer of $40 million plus next year annually if he hit the market. He had 1 more year in his contract. The Boston Celtics were able to lock him up to about $30 million-ish annually deal. Very smart move. They have their core together for the next couple of years now. I don't know how they did it. Crunch numbers, no way maybe. But they did it. And to me, one of the best, probably the best deal of the day by virtue of Boston having their depth and keeping their core intact. They extended Jrue Holiday. Brown and Tatum both extended now. The only one left now is Porzingis. And I think the only reason why they haven't touched that one yet is because he has 2 years left in his deal and injuries, of course. So the Derek White move, I think, was huge. It means the Boston Celtics are now the favorites next year. And I would say right now, based on the landscape of things that have happened so far, based on the transactions, they might be the heavy favorites now to repeat as champions. Another move that may alter the conversation of the championship bubble. OKC Thunder. They need size. They got size. Isaiah Hartenstein, 3 years, $87 million from the Knicks. He was a huge, huge piece of the Knicks last year, who won one game for the conference finals last year. Hartenstein is a guy that is pretty solid on both ends of the floor. So the Knicks, while they did well last week, re-upping OG Anunoby and also trading for Mikal Bridges, losing Hartenstein might be a bit of a stinger. We'll see if Mitch Robinson can actually step up this year, because Mitch Robinson is a great defender, great rebounder, not so much a great offensive player. Hartenstein at least had a little bit of offensive game, a little bit of a floater he could put up there, and was a solid defender. And he definitely hustled like crazy. This move for OKC is huge. I think this is the move now that could inch him closer to being a title team. What else here? You got Tobias Harris, back in Detroit for 2 years, $52 million. To me, that feels like you got to pay someone. You got to be over the salary floor. Just pay this guy, Tobias Harris. They also gave Kate Cunningham his rookie max extension. Was it 5 years and $250 million? I think it was. Let's see. Chris Paul to San Antonio on 1 year, $11 million deal. I like the move for one reason: leadership for Wemby. Look, San Antonio won't get much better, with the roster I have now currently, but Wemby is ascending in every year. I think Chris Paul's leadership will help with that. James Harden, 2 years, $70 million to stay with the Clippers. I mean, yeah, it is what it is with this one. You got to pay either Paul George or James Harden, and they just commit on James Harden. Jonas Valanciunas, 3 years, $3 million to go to Washington for the Wizards. Another solid center. Let's see anything else. Big one here. Another big movie here. Oh, KCP, Contavious Caldwell Pope, 3 years, $66 million to sign with the Orlando Magic. This move hurts Denver. Look, I would still say Denver's the favorites in the Western Conference, but I think this may bring them a little closer to the pack a little bit. Let's see what they do. They lost Bruce Brown 2 years ago. They now lose KCP. So now they're down another wing. Obi Toppin, 3 years, $60 million to stay in Indiana. Good move, solid player, former Knick. And then the extension of Donovan Mitchell at 3 years, $150 million with the Cavaliers. That is also another huge move. So there you go with that one. With these the latest moves, big moves, I say, in the NBA free agency period, which is